Okay, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Good evening. Welcome to the first presentation for the Stepped Up Nurse Mentorship 12 months program. Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm really excited to have us, and I pray that by all means we will be able to be done in 1 hour. So I need all the presenters this evening to be at the top of their game, right? I need somebody to be the rep for this particular call. If you are a group rep and you have joined, fine, do your job. But I need somebody to assign herself as group rep and put it in the comment section. I want to be the group rep. So as a group rep, you go to the WhatsApp group, encourage people to join. Number one. Number two, if you remember the voice note I dropped some days ago, the best presenter will be voted for. So if you're a presenter, put your name. Presenter 1, Makinde Sylvia. Presenter 2, put the title of what you presented on. Presenter 1, Makinde Sylvia, Eat That Frog. Put it there so that people will be able to vote for you. So we'll count the number of people that voted for Makinde Silva. We'll count the number of people that voted for Joke Anumba. We count the people that voted for this speaker, that speaker, until we get the highest numbers of people that voted for you, and that will be the winner of the best presenter. Please don't use hook or crook. You can ask your friends to join us. You can ask even people outside this mentorship session can join us, right? So that's number one. Number two, there'll be a gift for the best commenter. So when each person presents, we are all required to drop our comments. Do you understand? So now we are going to react. People are going to react on your comments. The comment with the highest number of reactions. Do you understand? So if you are here and you feel your comment may not show on StreamYard, drop your comment in YouTube, because the second link is a YouTube link, right? So if you are a speaker, once you are done speaking here, you can rejoin us with the link for YouTube. If you think because this is StreamYard we are using here, if you think but I think all comments should actually show on YouTube. But in case you think it will not show, you can copy from here and still paste on YouTube. But I think all the comments I'm seeing so far are from YouTube. So please, you can react on people's comments. The highest reaction tonight will be rewarded, and that's how we are going to do all our presentation sessions. So please, the rep for this presentation session should do a job, drop comments and encourage people to do the needful. You can also share the second link. Share it on your status. So if you have shared it on your status, you can drop it in the comments. I have shared. Do a screenshot of this page and share on your status. Do a screenshot of this page and share on your status. You are enough. So people should see personal development related things on your status, not just people shaking bomb, people sharing nonsense or saying nonsense things that don't have head and tail, right? Okay, so who is going first? Number one, who is taking Eat That Frog chapter 1 to 3? I think that person is Lovett. Lovett, are you here? If you are here, let me know. Let me check the guests. Lovett, thank you. Lovett is here. So I'm adding you to the stage now. So you can start talking. You can start your presentation. Who is Efficiency? That's not your real name. Please change it to your real name. So Lovett, you can start, please. Lovett, can you hear me? Okay, good. So please be audible. Put on your mic. Put on your mic. We need to be able to see you. Can you hear me? Please, let's make this sharp. Lovett, you are walking on the main road. You want to present and be walking at the same time. I no hear you. I can't hear you. Put on your mic. Put on your mic.
My mic is on.
You
Can you hear me?
now it's on. It's now on. Yes, you can. So focus on chapter one to
Okay.
three. Eat that frog, right? So introduce yourself properly
Yes, ma.
and then try and be done in 5 minutes. You have exactly 5 minutes to present.
Five
Yeah.
minutes. Okay, I will try to be done in 5 minutes. Okay. Good evening, mentor. Good evening, everyone. Hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I'll be the first presenter in today's book review, and the title of the book is Eat That Frog. The author is Brian Tracy. Publication year is 2001, and the category is self-care, time management and productivity. Language is English. Then about the author, they said Brian Tracy is a Canadian American publication motivational speaker and self-development author. He is well known for his book on sales, leadership, and personal effectiveness. So he's a well-known author and a speaker with decades of experience in business and personal success. Then about the book, Eat That Frog, it focuses on overcoming procrastination, maximizing productivity by prioritizing your tasks, tackling the most challenging ones first. Then the three initial chapters of this book, they lay foundation for effective time management. So without much ado, I will move on
Okay,
to
love it.
introduction of this book. Can you hear me? Hey, God, network, oh. Hello, can you hear
Points.
me?
Love it. Give us bullets. Give us like 7 bullets we can take away from chapter one to three. Go straight to the
Okay,
point, right?
okay.
Mhm.
In chapter, the seven bullet points you can take away from this book. In chapter one, it talks about clarity. Clarity is the most important concept in productivity. So you have to decide what you want to achieve first before you determine your most important task. Den number two, there is need for you to write down your goals. When you write dem down, it helps to avoid confusion, and also it helps you to focus your energy and at ten tion on dat writ ten goals. Den three, e talks about importance on thinking on paper. E talks about the importance on thinking of paper. When you talk about thinking of paper, it means writing down your goals. Brian Tracy said unwritten goals are just mere wishes. So when you write down your goals, you are indirectly making them, like transforming them into intangible form where you can see them, visualize them, imagine them. Then talks about planning. You plan your daily activities, weekly activities and monthly activities. Then chapter two talks about creating list. Prioritize creating list. You have to categorize your list A, B, C, D, E. A talks about the most important tasks that you want to achieve, while E talks about the less important one that has no effect. Either you do them or not, they don't have effect on your productivity. Then chapter three talks about the 8-20 rule, which means where it talks about 8-20 rule. That is 20% of our activity account for 80% of our result. So when we identify those few important tasks that have significant result in our life, and we engage in them, our productivity tends to increase by 80%. Then the book also talks about resisting the temptation of getting busy with less important tasks that has no effect. So he said knowing what to do knowing what not to do is as important as knowing what to do. So when we know what not to do, for example, you know that today I don't need to gist, like, get carried away with talking about things that are not important. It will help us to know what to do. Like, it can be posting on LinkedIn, reading 2 chapters of the monthly book. So in summary, the
Time
first
up.
3 chapters.
Time up.
Oh,
Clap for
hey,
yourself. Time is up. I
this
even gave you extra 1 minute. I gave you
hey,
extra one.
wow,
Who is the next
oh my
speaker?
god,
Chapter 4 to 6.
hey,
Who is, if you are the next speaker, please. Just unmute
oh,
yourself.
okay,
Who is
can I
the,
off my
who
camera?
is, yes, you can pick up your camera. I love it. Thank you so much.
Okay, welcome,
Well,
ma. Oh, I
if
did
you
not
are
present.
the chapter 4 to 6 speaker, wait, just wait to me. If you are chapter 4 to 6, wait, so that I will
Hey,
bring you on board.
hey.
Please, so I don't want our time to waste. Okay, you are. Those who Dara see me, I'm adding you to
Yes,
the
ma'am.
stage now. I'm removing you from the
Yes, ma'am.
stage now.
All right,
Yes,
ma'am.
please,
Good evening, ma.
please.
Good evening, everybody. My name is just Darasimi Taiwo.
Points, right? Take down very important points. This is not just a presentation for the sake of presenting. You have 5 minutes, right? So
Yes,
go
ma'am.
straight to give us powerful bullet points that we can take away. Don't just tell us stories, right? Thank you so much. Go
All,
on.
all right, ma'am. I'll be giving us summary about chapter 4, chapter 5, and chapter 6. So chapter 4 talks about consider the consequences. So the Tracy said that successful people have a clear future orientation. They know what they want to do, and he also emphasized when one of the things what makes a difference between successful people and non-successful people. One thing is that successful people do things that are tension relieving. They do things that will only just while away. Okay, yes, I have to read cram to pass my exams, which is beautiful. And one thing that distinguishes unsuccessful people from successful people is that apart from the fact that unsuccessful do things that are tension relieving, successful people do things that would take them years. They do things that would help them improve in their academics, their lives, just like the way you help us to teach us to read books, not just to be a nurse and just to administer medications, vital signs, but you can be a nurse with influence, a nurse doing something extra. Yes, and one other thing is that successful people have a clear future orientation. So, what are the consequences of not doing that which you are supposed to do? If I am supposed to be reading a book, at least sparing 15 minutes out of my time per day, and I am not doing it, what are the consequences that would occur? That's like the frog that needs to be eaten, that needs to be eaten. Earth, rather. Earth. So chapter 5 is one of the chapters I love so much. Why? It talks about practicing the ABCD method continually. I would like to take us back to the ABC method that we taught for resuscitation, airway, breathing, circulation, yourself diagnosing. So one of those things is ABCDE that you talked about. A is that thing that must be done. What is the thing that must be done that nobody can do it for you? You just have to do it by yourself. B is what should be done. That is, they are important things, and if you don't do them, they would not really cause havoc. C is what would be nice to do. Yes, it would be nice to go to a cinema. But if I have other important things to do, if I have an important task to do, I have to do that first. And D, that is delegating someone to do it. If for CEOs, people that are in that are CEOs, there's one thing that they do. They employ maybe virtual assistants. They employ project managers that would help them to do some things that could be delegated. This is for D. And E is defined as something that you can eliminate altogether. Okay, I don't have to be on social media now when I have an important frog that needs to be helped. That is about chapter 5. And so chapter 6 is about focusing on your key result areas. So what are those things that when you do them, what are those things that are under your control, first of all? Second of all, what are those things that when you do them, you would feel proud of yourself? What are those things that when you don't do them, because you are not good at a skill, it would increase procrastination, it will reduce proficiency, it will reduce efficiency and productivity. So when you don't do these things, you have to focus on your key result areas. What are the things that I need to do? What are the things that will disturb me, will not let me go far in my profession? What are the things that will not make me do X, will not make me be better than my colleagues? So these are the important things that Brain Tracy also talked about. And he also said that you identify the core tasks that contribute to your success. You have to, just like the presenter said in chapter 1 to 3, Lovett, that you have to identify the 20% of the task that produces 80% of your results. No one beautiful thing that Brian Tracy said, that what is that 20% task that will contribute to 80% of your results. So you have to look for that 20% task. Make sure you are good at it. Make sure you learn it. Make sure you practice it until you become good, and until you become good at it. I think that's all for now, man. Thank you very much.
So much. You kept the time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
amazing. Dara, see me, Taiwo. You kept to time. In fact, you stopped 30 minutes, 30 seconds before time. That's amazing. Please, if you learned anything from Taiwo's delivery and from Lovet's delivery, please drop it in the comment section. Any comment that I am giving reward to must have at least 50 reactions on it, not the one that we have 3 reactions or 4 reactions and you expect me to give you reward. There's nothing fantastic about that. And Darasimi said a lot of amazing things. If we did not drop that in the comment section, I don't know what we joined for. Only 12 people are on this call, and we are 114 on that group. This is not a patch mark. Our group reps did not do well at all. You did not prepare your people for this presentation this evening. And I tried as much as possible to make sure that we are aware that this is holding today. Thank you, Taiwo. So who is the next person? Chapter 7 to 10. Everything you have learned from Taiwo, please drop it in the comment section, right? Yeah, and react on the comment section too, on the comments you find most fascinating. You are supposed to write comments based on what the presenters are presenting, right? So that anybody that comes on this video next year, next 2 years, we read the comment section and be inclined to read the book, right? So wave at me if you are the third speaker. Chapter 7 to 10. Chapter 7 to 10. Wave at me if you are the third speaker, so that I'll bring you on the stage. We don't have the third speaker here. Chapter 7 to 10. The person is not here. Please drop a message on WhatsApp and let the person know that we are waiting for her. So let's take chapter 11 to 13 as we are waiting. Wave at me if you pick chapter 11 to 13, so that I'll add you to the stage. Oh yeah, oh, time is running, time is running. Time is running. So chapter 7 to 10 is not here. Chapter 11 to 13 too is not here. Wave at me if you are 7 to 10 or 11 to 13. That's serious. You guys do not take this presentation seriously. Like, since my license is not attached to it, it's not MCPDP. I will not die now. It is only when it is MCPDP or if they say you not have your promotion, that's when notice to start running helter skelter. So we don't have presenter 3 on board. Now we have wasted nearly 4 minutes since the last speaker left off. Okay, let's take the people that are on board. If you are ready to present, just let me know what book and what chapter, right, you are taking. Okay, if you are ready, just wave at me. Mama, thank you. Miss Christiana, you have the floor. I'll bring you up now So I've added you to the stage. You can speak now. Let me know what book and what chapter you're taking.
I'm talking about Ada Frog. I'm
Okay.
reviewing the book Ada Frog. I'm taking chapter 18, 19, and 20.
Okay. All right. Okay, you can start now. You have 5 minutes.
Okay. Chapter 18, 19, and 20. The chapter 18 is talking about slice and dice this task. What task are we slicing and dicing? That is the most important task. After you have already reviewed all the tasks you have for the day, as a worker, as a leader, or in your profession, I have an illustration I actually want to use. Like, let's say you are an event planner for a party. You cook, you are going to decorate the place, you are going to prepare the food for the people. Lunch at 1 p.m. The purpose of this book is how to manage your time, remove wasted time, remove procrastination in everything you are doing. Then we're not talking about slicing and dicing. The writer of the book said that you have to beat the major task, the most important, into pieces so that it will not be too cumbersome for you. Like you want to hit your frog. Your frog is on the table. It's not easy to swallow a whole frog. You have to cut it into head, the trunk, maybe you cut into the trunk into 3 or 4, the legs separately. You know, when you are cooking meat and you want to quickly steal part of it, you put it in your mouth, it is very, very easy. It is very, very sweet. So when you take it in, part of it that you have taken, a smaller part of it will sound like an appetizer. You will have the drive to do more. So when the task is being broken into pieces, it will be very easier for you to do. It won't be too cumbersome. You won't be tired and looking at it. Even there is a Yoruba adage that said that ibi pẹlẹbẹ la ti ń mú ọ̀lẹ jẹ. You start bit by bit and it will help you. You focus. In this one, the focus is on compulsion closure, that this work must be finished. I have already taken this job. I have to deliver at 1 p.m. How do I do it that it has to finish? And like the earlier people have said, and in the issue of all the tasks, as an event planner, the food is there. That is the major work. The event to be swept is there. Arrangement of chairs are there. You can't be going to sweep when you have the major work, because anybody coming to the party, what they are coming for is the food. I won't lie to you. Anybody come to the party and does not eat, they say, they did not serve us anything. They won't tell them how beautiful or your decoration or anything is, or how elegant your chair is. You can delegate somebody, go and sweep the chair. You focus on this. The food that you want to cook, how do you want to go about it without? Maybe you allocate like 2 hours for the cooking of your jollof rice. That is where your planning and your preparation has come in. You can't come in and put a whole pepper inside water and pour rice and pour everything. You will have blended your pepper. You will have even parboiled it. And the 2 hours you want to use for your work, that is where you create large chunk of time. 19, the time for the pieces of the work you have created, maybe it's in 8 pieces. We first of all deal with the meat, boil the meat, create the water somewhere, then parboil my rice. 15 minutes for meat, 15 minutes for rice, to fry the meat, add the seasoning and everything into it. Your pepper, you have already parboiled it, so that one that saves you time. You have already prepared according to chapter 19. You have done your preparation ahead. Now you have set the table because all the ingredients you need are on ground. Your seasoning, your pot, the spoon, everything you are going to use is already on ground. That is where you can now start your dicing and slicing, then create the dunk time. Then develop a sense of urgency, chapter 20. Urgency is that you have a time, a target to meet with, and you must not fail. And you want your work to be delivered. so that next time they can still recommend you. Then you have a time that you have already set. But because you have already planned everything, you have prepared everything you are doing. While you are doing it, water is coming after food, meat is coming after this one, jollof rice is already ready. You will be flowing in what you are doing. You will be flowing because everything is already organized, it's on time, it's already on ground. Then you even have time to communicate with the people as the place be swept, as it be set, as everything be set. Because without the planning, without the preparation, without executing everything, then the best thing you can do is to cook jollof rice. If you do not plan and you want to come and dice, you will dice. What are you going to dice? What are you going to put together? How do you want to manage the 2 hours time that you have allocated? So time management in number 19, you have to allocate time to everything you are doing. Then the number 18, you have to have it in mind that this work must finish. And how will it finish? You have to start. So you have your finishing, your starting and finishing closure in mind. Then the development of sense of urgency. I have to be at the venue before 1. And the food must be on the table at exactly 1 p.m. So that is all I have to say. Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Hello?
Your
Hello?
time is up, oh.
Yes, I'm done.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. The network was fluctuating, so I couldn't
Yes.
communicate with you. All right. Thank you for that practical session you took us through. You helped us to cook meat. Today we have finished cooking meat. All right. So Okediran Taiwo. Okediran Taiwo. I can't see you in the studio though. Okediran Taiwo, I can't see you in the studio, so I can't bring you up. But if you are done, I would have to remove you from studio so that some people can join, right? Okay. Sorry. So Okediran Taiwo, you have dropped me messages, but I'm here to see you. I want us to be done with Eat That Frog completely. So we don't go back to Eat That Frog again. Who is Adiola? Please put on your mic, your video. Titi Sarah, what chapter are you taking? Who is taking chapter 7 to 10? Chapter 7 to 10. If you are here, just wave your hand. Oh, are you taking 7 to 10? Peace, Afon. Peace, Afon. Are you taking 7 to 10? Eat that frog. Please wave your hand if you are. You are taking our time. Okay, let me bring Okediran up. Okediran,
Yes, ma'am,
now
with you,
unmute
ma.
your mic. Okay. So what chapter are you taking? You can do your
Good
presentation
evening, ma.
now, right? Introduce
Can
yourself.
you hear me, ma?
Yes,
Can you
present
hear
to
me,
us.
ma? Okay.
Yes.
Chapter 10 to 12. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ma. My name is Okediran Taiwo. So the next chapter we'll be taking is chapter 10 to 12. And the topic for chapter 10 is leverage your special talent. Leverage your special talent. Every one of us have unique talents. We have talents that are unique to us, and it is very important for us to be very, very good in these areas, in areas where we have our strength. Our learning ability is an asset. So this means that if with those talents, if we don't learn them, if we don't try to develop our skills, if we don't sit down to learn these skills, we will see that to become our area of weakness. So it is important for us to learn, and we should discover what we enjoy doing the most and develop the capability to be excellent in that area. Chapter 11 talks about identifying our key constraints. Constraints are obstacles that slow down or prevent our progress. So it is important that we identify and address these constraints. For example, a person struggling with time management needs to set reminders to increase productivity. And we also need to focus on our work 100%. You need to have 100% focus on our work. And another thing is having a honest reflection on this constraint. We should ask ourselves the question, what is holding me back from doing this? What is holding me back from achieving this goal? So when we sit down, we'll be able to, when we sit down and have a honest reflection, we'll be able to pinpoint the real issue and work on it. We'll be able to solve the right problem. Solving the right problem means that there is the tendency to solve the wrong problem. So we need to avoid solving the wrong problem. And by doing this, we need to identify the main cause of the problem and get the right problem, then solve the problem. So we need to solve the problem to avoid waste of time and to enhance our productivity. So we need to tackle the cause. We should find the root of the cause and tackle it, and not only the symptoms. Then chapter 12, a saying goes thus, that by the yard it is hard, but inch by inch anything anything is a cinch. So this means that the best approach to break task is to the best approach to solve our task is to break it into smaller steps and tackle them one step at a time. So which means that large goals becomes easier when we break it down into smaller steps. For example, instead of trying to write a book within a book for a year within a whole day, we can break it down by writing a chapter in a day. So this will help our productivity. Or maybe if we want to study for exam, we can break it down one chapter or one page of the book per day. So this will enhance our productivity. And we can also overcome procrastination by taking action. And the best way to beat procrastination is to focus on the next small action we can take. So we should focus on the next small action we can take. For example, if we want to write our school project or write a project or work on a project, we can begin by trying to write down the topic. At least that is a step. No matter how small the step is, what matters is
Yeah.
consistency. When we are consistent at it, we see that we build the momentum and it becomes part of our process is to start no matter how small. So whatever achievement, every great achievement we have, every great thing we achieve starts with a small step. So we need to take the leap, and the next step will appear, the next opportunity will appear when we take the leap. So the main thing is to start, just start it, and don't
Okay, I can't hear you anymore. Can you hear me? Hello, Taiwo, can you hear me? Okay, your time is up already. You have about 30 seconds left. I would have liked you to round up. Can you hear me? It's like your network is
yes,
not
ma'am.
going. Or is it my
Oh, okay,
network?
okay.
So,
Let me conclude, ma'am. Um,
okay, please conclude, round up.
Let me
Mm.
conclude. Yes, ma'am. So the most important thing is that we should take the leap, and the next step. My network
Okay.
again, ma'am.
Well done. You have done
Yes, ma.
well.
I think she take the. Yes, ma. Thank you,
Mm.
ma. Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. Please, whatever you have learned from Okediron's presentation, please drop it in the comment section. Let us see what you're saying. And please, before you drop any comments, just type chapter 4 to 6, chapter 10 to 12, chapter 4 to 1, or put the name of the person with your write-up so that the person will know that you learned that thing from our you heard her say that, and you learned that from our presentation. So please check the name of who is presenting and add it to your comments. I think that will help to boost the morale of whoever is presenting. I believe we can all hear me. Taiwo, can you hear me? Okay, dear Taiwo, can you hear me? It's like this network is very bad though. Okay, let's take the next speaker. Sylvie, Sylvie, are you in the, Sylvie, I'm bringing you up now, so put on your mic. Sylvie, put on
Good
your
evening,
mic.
ma. I'm here.
All right, beautiful. So you are presenting chapter 7 to 10, right?
Chapter 7 to 9.
Okay, 7 to 9, that's fine. Please go ahead.
Yes, ma.
Mm.
Okay, so
Introduce,
chapter 7 talks about obeying the law of cost efficiency.
introduce yourself first,
My name
so.
is Sylvie Onwadi, and I'm giving a review. I'm giving a
Okay.
review from chapter 7 to 9 of the book, Eat That Frog. Chapter 7 talks about obeying the law of force efficiency. And in this particular chapter, focuses more about concentration, that we don't have enough time to do everything. And but like for the most important things, we always have that time to do them. So we might have many things that are on our list. Oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, but it is not possible to actually do those things. But then there are some things that are very, very important that we actually do have the time to do. But sometimes we don't even get to do those things that are more important. And he also talks about the fact that we don't always have to work under pressure. You don't always have to wait till the deadline for you to submit an application, for you to do something. Because in that
Put on your
moment, you
video.
might end up not even doing.
We can't see you. Put on your video.
Okay, I actually would have turned on my video, but my network is very poor. And if I put it on, it might just kick me out of the meeting.
Okay, you can
Ma, did you hear
continue.
me? Okay,
I heard you.
so it also talks about, okay, so it says we don't always have to work under pressure, because if you keep on waiting till the deadline, you might end up not doing that particular task with so much excellence, because at the end of it all, you just want to beat the deadline and submit whatever you are trying to submit. So there's a question that he gave us three questions that we should ask ourselves. What are our highest value activities? What are those things that you know are very, very important to you that you ought to do? We have to be asking ourselves those questions. And another question, what can I and only I do that, if done well, will make a real difference? As nurses, you can also put this into the clinical environment, that what exactly can you do and can you only do well that you know will make a real difference either in your school or your academics or the work environment. And the last one, what is the most valuable use of your time right now? So maybe you have to-do lists, and when you're carried away with scrolling on the internet or doing something that you know it's actually distracting, you should always bring yourself back to asking yourself this question: what is the most valuable use of your time right now? So chapter 8 talks about preparing thoroughly before you begin, knowing that for you to actually do anything, you have to get your tools together. Like they say, before you begin a procedure, right, a nursing procedure, you have to prepare your trolley. You just don't go haphazardly, because you know that it's going to ruin like the entire experience of that procedure that you want to do. So for anything you want to do, an application you want to submit, gather every relevant document, because that, if you don't, it also promotes procrastination, where you know that you lack a certain document. You might feel like, oh, I don't have this thing now, so I can do it tomorrow. And sometimes you can push it on till you even leave the deadline. And for the last part, it says do your homework. Learn what you need to learn so that you can do your work in an excellent fashion. Is there any procedure you need to learn? Is there anything that you don't know how to do? You should dedicate time to actually learn about that thing. So if you figure that, okay, I don't know how to do this thing, you should take out time to actually go and learn about doing that thing. Because when you learn about it, it helps you have more confidence in carrying out that task. You won't have this feeling of inadequacy. So the bottom line of this particular chapter, that's chapter 9, is that you should make a duty to actively upgrade your skills, actively learn, set out time to improve on your skills. If you are currently working as a nurse, take out time to learn certain things that you see every day that you don't know in, like the clinical environment. Thank you.
All right, well done. That was amazing. Well done. Thank you so much. So, who is the next speaker? Do we have the speaker for 13 to 15? 13 to 15, is she here? If you're taking 13 to 15 and you are here, just raise your hand. Let me see. 13 to 15. Eat that frog. Okay. It looks like the person is not here. So let's go to 7 habits. 7 habits. If you are chapter 1 to 3, please put on your mic, put on your video. Wave at me. 1 to 3. Okay. Okay, Lawal, I'll bring you up to the stage now. You can start talking without raising
Good evening, ma. Can you hear me, ma?
yourself and
Can you hear me, ma? Okay.
hear you.
Good evening, ma. My name is Lawal Tawakalita Bimbola, and I will be presenting on chapter 1 of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. So, what I learned actually is that he introduced the concept of personality ethics and character ethics. What I actually learned was that many times we usually go for the personality ethics, how I'm going to learn the next communication skills, which is usually the soft skill. And many times there seems to be a whole lot of certificate on how we can learn the soft skill. But it actually made me realize that there are more of quick fixes to life problems, to how we handle things, especially even in the business world, that when a business is facing a particular problem, the next thing the manager is going to be thinking is, oh, how do I put the employers to learn this particular skill, to gain this charisma? But it actually made me realize that there are always quick fixes, that there is a part of character ethics that people usually get to forget, which is the natural laws, and the effect of the character ethics actually last longer than the personality ethics many times. So while reading the book, I actually brought it to my life. That many times when I'm facing maybe a particular issue, maybe during work, having to read for an exam, the thing I actually always want to do is to cram and pass the exam, which is always the personality ethics, just to maybe learn to just make the best presentation. But there is nothing I'm actually doing to ensure that there is a long lasting effect of whatever it is that I am doing at a particular point in time, where I can get to make that impact of whatever it is that I've acquired part time to affect me for the long run. So the chapter 1 also helped me see the concept of the paradigm shift, that seeing is being, that the way I actually get to see something will determine my attitude towards it. Then he put forward a particular scenario of having to share 2 pictures with 2 categories of people, 2 groups, one of a particular lady and the other one of an old woman. Actually, if we turn the card upside down, we see another picture of the old woman, which the other group are seeing. And if we turn the card upside down, we see the other group that are seeing the old woman. The old woman are going to see the picture of a young lady. So he actually asked that, okay, the picture that we are seeing, what do you think you can do to this picture? And the group A of those that are seeing the young lady said, okay, they might probably want to ask her out and all of those things, take her out to dinner. And the other group that are seeing the old woman in the same picture actually said, oh, I'm actually going to help her, or maybe even help her to create a seat to sit if we were to be on a train together. And it actually made me realize that the way I see things part time will determine my attitude towards it. So if I see something in a way of, okay, this thing is important, this thing is going to give me an effect for the long run, I'm going to, rather than look for quick fixes, I'm actually going to look for an effect, which are the natural laws. It mentioned fairness, honesty, loyalty, and other on other habits, because I've not gone to the second chapter. I was only able to really study the chapter one. So seeing is being, and he said that for us to change, for me personally to change something, I cannot give a solution to a problem with the same attitude I had when I created the problem. He actually hit me on a different level that for me to be able to solve any
Okay, can we
problem.
hear me? I think we have lost Lawal.
Can you hear me,
Not
ma?
Lawal, we lost you for a moment. Oh yeah, so try and round up. We lost you for a moment.
Hello, ma.
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, so
Okay,
try and
the
round
light
up now.
I'm using actually went off currently. I'll round off quickly now, ma.
Okay.
I'll round off quickly. So I learned that for me to be able to make a long lasting impact on any kind of problem or any kind of challenge I'm facing part time, especially in my career and in the nursing world, it will be to not look for quick fixes, rather to look for long lasting solution to the problem, and it will start from the way I actually see the problem in the first place. Thank you, ma. And sorry for the video lighting.
Okay.
Can you
We
still hear me, ma?
rounded up, right? Okay. I was not hearing you for a moment, but it's clearer now. Thank you so much for
Okay,
that
so I said,
presentation. That's
okay,
actually
so I said in,
amazing.
all right.
In summary, you wanted to summarize? Okay, do
Yes,
your
I wanted to
summary
say in
before we go
summary
to the
that
next.
when I have challenges, rather than looking for quick lasting effect. That's what I want, which is
All
where
right.
the
Thank
character
you.
ethics come to play. Thank you, ma.
Mm, thank you so much for that presentation. God bless you. So, who is taking chapter 4 to 6? Chapter 4 to 6. 7 habits of effective persons. Who is taking chapter 4 to 6? Okay, Mrs. Chinriere Egbiama, which chapter are you taking? What chapters are you taking? Wave your hand if you can hear me, Miss Chinyere. Okay. Miss Chinyere, can you hear me? Ah. Okay, Nostiti, what chapters are you taking? Okay, increase your volume. Your volume is very low. Unmute your mic. No, Sarah Titi. I can hear you, but your voice is very far away. Okay, Nosity, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. The network is just fluctuating. But your voice is very far away. I can't hear you clearly. Can we hear Nosity? If you can hear, please drop it in the comment section. Let's know. Okay, so what chapter are you taking?
Chapter 2 to 6 of the book.
Six to what?
6 to 2 to 6.
Six to
2 to 6, 2 to 6, 2 to 6.
seven habits. Chapter what? Hello,
Yes,
can you hear me?
I can hear you. I said I'll be taking chapter 2 to 6 of the book, 7 habits. 2 to 5, actually.
Hello, Sarah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Better. What chapter are you taking?
2 to 5.
Two to five.
Yes.
So what happened to chapter one?
I think someone took chapter 1 earlier. The lady before me, she took chapter 1.
Yes. Far away. Okay, we are back now. It is well, oh. So somebody has taken chapter one to three already. Nurse Lawal has taken chapter one to three.
Then I will take 4, 5, and 6.
Okay, please do so. 5 minutes, please. Introduce yourself and go ahead.
So, good evening, everybody. My name is Sarah Apple, and I will be taking chapter 46 of the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So, I think chapter 4 discusses more on thinking on winning, how to win. So, it mentions about how building like strong relationships is very vital for success. It spoke about how you must see that in
I
all
think that
relationships.
earpiece is causing some trouble. Are you using an earpiece?
Yes,
Please try and unplug the earpiece. Let's see what happens.
can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Have you unplugged it from your phone? Okay, you can continue, please. It looks like our network is bad. Sorry. Felix, sorry. Mr. Felix Matthew. Yes, sorry. We couldn't hear her. So maybe we should just take the next person. Isioma, can you hear me? Isioma Onwood.
Yes, ma, I'm ready. Sleeping, ma.
Okay, what chapter are you taking?
Chapter 6 and 7. I don't know if the place is clear because I'm still outside. Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay, you're using your dad's phone. That's good. All right. My regards to your dad. Isioma, can you hear me? Please present if you can hear us.
I can, I can hear you.
Okay, what chapter are you
Can
taking?
you hear me?
Yes.
Chapter 6 and 7. Chapter 6 and 7.
Ah, we are taking this thing scatteredly. It's scattered. When we on the group, I don't. Did we see the content in the group? It's supposed to be 3 chapters per person. So you see that is 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 to 12. Do you understand? So if you're taking 4 to 6, please do so, right? Whatever you have, just present. Okay? Can you hear me, Isioma?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So can I go on?
Yes, you can go on. You can go on. Hmm. Hey, today not today, oh. Today not today. Network. Isioma,
Ah,
go ahead.
can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead. Okay, start.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like I can't get anything from Miss Yoma. Nostity, are you ready now? Your voice is still far away. Oh. What's happening? You are shouting. Ah. Okay, if we can hear Nostity clearly, please drop it in the comment section so that I will know if it's me. Maybe it's my hair that is not sharp. Okay, please go ahead with your presentation.
understand other people's perspective. You have to understand their feelings and their needs. You have to use active listening skills. You have to pay attention. You have to ask questions. You have to paraphrase. You have to reflect. Like when they say something, you have to help them reflect on what they are saying. Then, before you prescribe like a solution, you have to first diagnose the main problem. That means you have to understand that okay, this is the problem. Then you now understand how to like diagnose the problem and be able to offer a solution to the problem. Another important habit is the ability to combine the strengths of individuals to achieve something good. You like take like diverse perspectives of different individuals, then combine their strengths and achieve like a goal. The whole aim is for like
Hello, can you hear me, Titi?
compromise. I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me? It is well. Today not today. Oh. Okay, you are done with your presentation, right?
I'm almost done. I'm wrapping up. Hooray. Hooray. Okay. I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up.
Okay.
So in a nutshell, I'm speaking on three most important things. The first is building strong relationships and ensuring that these relationships come with mutual benefit. Like scratch my back, I scratch your back. Then secondly, discussing on how to communicate effectively and effective communication. You have to understand the individual in order to be able to like express what you want. In order to create like or propound a solution to a problem, you have to first understand the problem. And to understand the problem, you must have listened very well to understand what is going on. So effective communication. Then finally, in order to achieve something great, it's important to combine the strength of individuals. So there is building like diversity, taking all like different individuals' perspectives and opinions, combining it together and creating like strength in it. So the greater like you'll be able to achieve something greater when you combine the strength of each individual. Thank you, ma'am.
Do well to send me a voice note of your presentation. Send it to the group, right? So that everybody that saw you, at least everybody has seen us, Titi, just send a voice note right now, a 5 minute voice note, right? So we'll listen to it. Who is the next speaker? Miss Von Guy, I'm going to bring you up now. You can start speaking. Miss Von Guy, can you hear me? Yes, you can start speaking now. What chapter are you taking? Miss One Guy, can you hear me? Unmute your mic and speak, please. You can do your presentation now. Network is messing us up this evening. If you can hear me, Miss One Guy, please take your presentation now. Miss One Guy, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Please unmute your mic, Miss One Guy, and talk. You can begin your presentation right away. If you want to present, join with the guest link so that I'll bring you on board. Onward is Sioma. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma, I can hear you.
Okay. Give yourself and start your presentation.
Can you hear me?
Chapter 1, what are you taking? Yeah.
Ma,
Yes, I can hear you. What chapters are you taking?
I'm taking chapter 6 and 7. That's the last two chapters of 7 Habits of Effective People.
So are you saying that seven chapters again? Everything is 7 chapters.
It's not like they didn't write it in chapters, they just gave it in habits. So the last two habits, that's habit 6 and habit 7. Can you hear me, ma?
I can hear you.
Okay. Should I go on?
Yes, you can go on. What chapters are you taking? Hello? Can we hear me?
Hello?
Good evening. Who is speaking?
Is on this your ma? Can everybody
Okay, you
hear
are
me?
outside.
Yes, I just came back
I
to
can
the
hear
house.
you
I was
clearly
outside.
now.
Okay.
Okay, you can present
So
now. Let us know. Charles, yeah, taking.
So he gave three situations said alternative. But the value difference, he said that different perspective and strength create stronger solutions instead of resisting differences. So it talks about that we should embrace each other opportunities. Like we should embrace the opportunity of life. Everybody had their different perspective of life. So the way we can work together and grow stronger is when we appreciate different people's perspective. So he also talked about open communication. This simply means that when people listen with empathy and communicate honestly, they build trust, which leads to synergy. Remember, they thought that he said that it just basically working together as a team. So he talked about the third alternative, that's the third principle of leveraging. He said, instead of my way or your way, synergy finds a new, better way than either person thought of before. So that's what he talked about. So he gave an example. Let's use practical example. Let's use practical example. For instance, we are at work. We shouldn't just be all about all I know or all I know. We should be open to hearing other people's perspective. When we see new cases or a new case comes to the hospital, both the doctors, the nurses, and all health professionals around should be able to listen to each other so that we can find a better solution. That's what we've brought up the term synergy to work. So it's also good in relationships and even in leadership where we listen to each other and we promote teamwork. So habit 7 talks about sharpening the saw. That's the habit of renewal. So Copy, the author, emphasizes that self-renewal is essential for long-term success. If you don't take care of yourself, you will not be able to, make effective and practice or effective work wherever you find yourself. He compares this to, but he gave an example where he compared it to Luban Jack, who is too busy cutting trees to stop and sharpen the saw. Meaning he was just cutting the trees. He forgot that I still need to cut the saw. That's what he was just talking about. He talked about we should take care of ourselves first before we can even give to other people. I want to give myself as an instance. The time I did my night shift, I was very sick. Because I was sick and I was not able to eat, I was not able to be effective after my night shift. So we need to take care of ourselves first before we can give to the world. That's what habit 7 is talking about. Take all dimensions of this renewal. He talked about body, mind, soul, and then the heart. But the body, physical renewal, this is just about going for exercise, just to make us strengthened, flexible, and all of that. Eating healthy and getting enough rest. Manage stress to maintain energy and productivity. I know sometimes at workload can be too much. But if we don't know how to manage stress, we don't know how to manage time or maintain our energy, we can break down. And when we break down, we'll not be able to give effective care to our patients and people around us. So mental renewal, that's the mind. This, we need to engage in continuous learning. We should not just lay back on the things that we learned when we were in school. So in this week, this world, we are growing, we're evolving. If we lay back on the things that we knew like 5 years ago, we'll not be able to grow in our mind. So mental renewal, mind renewal is very, very important in our day-to-day. And that's what people were trying to say. Then sometimes we need to write, plan, set, keep mind active. Then passive entertainment like TV or social media that doesn't stimulate growth. Meaning anything that has to do with growth is where we should put our mind to. They also talked about spiritual renewal, that's for the soul. He said, connect with a higher purpose through prayer, meditation, or reflection. For those of us that are Christians, we should, talk to God daily, grow spiritually. It's not just about growing mentally or physically. Soul growth is still very important. For those just to worship or talk to the person that you worship, then spend time in nature, listen to inspiring music or reading uplifting literature. This can also renew our mind. Not just every time we are always in high, places of high music and our mind or soul cannot renewed. So he also talked about social and emotional renewal. That's for the heart. Build meaningful relationships by practicing empathy and listening. And that is why I love this mentorship class so much. I want to say thank you, Ma. This place had really opened my mind to new things. But like with the people I've seen, people that I've seen in this group have really motivated me a lot. And this is helping me to renew my social and emotional, part of my life. So he also talked about maintain integrity and treat others with kindness. Also, he also talked about engaging in activities and joy and fulfillment. So to this, we are able to, master this habit of renewal, growing in every sense and growing in ourselves first before we are able to help other people grow. Yes. So, in conclusion, balance is key. Ignoring any of these areas will reduce effectiveness. So that one is not bigger than the other. Every aspect of what you just said is very, very important. We need to take everything, you know, into consideration to be able to grow effectively. So it is very, very important for us, especially health workers. If we are diverse and we are not listening to each other, we will not be able to grow in effective care. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everybody. Everybody, well done. I'm done, ma'am.
Okay. With your ma,
Ma'am,
well done. I think you spoke. I think you spoke for more than 5 minutes, but because we couldn't even hear from my side, I was just hearing you on and off like that. So it's fine. Um, well done. Do well to send me a voice note to the group, right? Let me know what you presented on in 5 minutes. Send it to the Stepped Up Nurse General Group, right? The Stepped Up Nurse Mentorship Group. Yeah. So, which other guests do we have for highly effective? Eat that frog. We are not done. Oh. If you're here and you're presenting on Eat That Frog, please let me know. Arifying your praise. Are you presenting? Iremide Adekoya, are you presenting? Esther Garba, are you presenting? Chinaza Uzo, are you presenting? Praise Felix, are you presenting? Grace Aofolaji, are you presenting? Kamisho Yoye, are you presenting? Chinaza Uzo, are you presenting? Join with the guest list if you are. We are about to end this session tonight. Don't take one more. Sir. Thank you, Mary and all of you. Thank you, Sarah. Okay. Both of you send me voice messages and you can record it right away. Okay. And please let's not forget our activity at the comment section. Very important. Right. So for the mini chapter for Eat That Frog, I think we stopped at chapter 12 or thereabout. Chapter 15. So, then for highly effective, this is the what is happening. I'm not presenting. All of you, well done for not wanting to present. So since there's no other new guest in the studio for this episode presentation, it means that tomorrow we are going to have another presentation. So if you don't have it tomorrow, if you are not going to have it tomorrow, I will let us know. Right? I will drop a message for us and let us know it has been cancelled. But for now, we are having another session tomorrow, same time, right? 6:30. please, if you are not ready today, please be ready tomorrow. Be a part of this, right? This is very, very important. I didn't like the turnout. This turnout is very bad. Very, 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 very bad. And our MMM is already around the corner. Next week is our MMM. So please, let's prepare to be a part of April edition of MMM. Let's do well to be a part of it. Very, very important. Yes, today we have learned a lot from Eat That Frog and 7 habits of highly effective people, right? I believe that when they send their voice notes, we'll be able to learn more from this. Last week, because this network were not good enough for good connectivity, right? Um, if you have not presented, we are not done with the physics, so we need to present and complete those physics so that next month we will start out on the next physics, right? Very important. So we are exchanging. The group that is leading that program will read 7 habits of highly effective people. So we are going to switch over the books so that one person will not learn from this book and not learn from the other book, right? So when you read Eat That Frog, you'll be able to learn what is inside Eat That Frog. And then when you read 7 habits, you'll be able to learn what is in 7 habits, right? Those books are loaded and they help us to prioritize, they help us in goal setting, they help us to become achievers. And that is what we want us to become in this mentorship platform. I don't want anybody to be mentored here and not have this takeaway, right? At the edge of this year or at the end of 2025. These are very, very important things, right? So please, um, drop everything that you learned in the comment section as we end this session. And then whatever you drop in the comment section, do a screenshot and drop it on WhatsApp. That's general WhatsApp group. I can see everybody on this call right now, so I want to see this number of screenshot. Screenshot your comment and drop it on the WhatsApp. Right? At least react. If I don't see reactions up to 50, there is no reward. No reward for that comment for best commenter. If I don't see up to 50 reactions, yeah, over 100. So since we really judge, and this is judge. Then best presenter, please make sure you vote for your best presenter. I don't get you. Right? Yeah. So if you think that network did not let you present well, you can actually drop your voice notes, Nos Lawal, Nos Tiana, Nos Peace, Nos Peace, all the people that presented anywhere that we will present here properly. You can actually drop your voice notes. People are willing to use the register and use it to meet their deadline on the YouTube comment section, right? So thank you so much everyone for deciding to be a part of this. God bless us. Good night, everyone. Okay.